Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mngoni Mkonto. Today, I want to talk about. Um, I want to continue about my argument that the EFF should not be voted by Black South Africans to power. The last time I was speaking, I spoke about their cardinal pillars. I spoke about, I think, three cardinal pillars which I covered in the previous video. If you did not see that, I encourage you to go and watch the video where I speak about the three cardinal or the seven cardinal pillars of the EFF. I want to further my argument that the EFF should not be voted by Black South Africans because it will be a waste of the black vote to put the EFF in power. The EFF has reached its ceiling. The EFF can it will no longer grow in South Africa. It will not be able to grow anymore in South Africa, because many South Africans have realized that the EFF is not gonna be able to assist them in terms of rescuing black people from the apartheid and the colonial role of the Queen. The EFF is never gonna be able to to achieve that. And the reason I argue this way, it's because one, the let me talk about uh, one of their cardinal pillars, which is the abolishment of the tender system. I spoke about it in one of my videos. The EFF says it wants to achieve economic freedom of black people in our lifetime. Abolishment of the tender system means black people are closed out into government business. They will continue to buy. It does not mean government will not buy anything from business people. They will continue to buy directly. You see, they say they know where the toilet paper is sold. They will just go directly and buy from the white man. So they are not gonna make any difference in the life of the black man in terms of that policy. So that policy will be implemented. They will implement. They will abolish the tender system because that impresses their bosses or their handlers. So I think EFF should not be voted to power in that. That's my first point. The second point I want to raise about the EFF is uh, I feel the EFF is still rating black people in accordance with the white standards. They put their white standards here and rate black people. What is the reason that uh, Advocate Busiswe Mkhwebane was parachuted straight to Parliament uh, after joining the EFF? It's because the EFF does not value its members according to their contribution in the party. They value people according to how many degrees they have, uh, and how much approval they can get when they brought a certain candidate from their white people. Uh, uh, can they be questioned if they bring out this candidate? Can there be questions that this candidate will not be able to achieve what they want from the white people or the white system? So the value of the black man, according to the EFF, it's valued uh, according to the white system. They still value the education system of their colonial masters. Even when it comes to grants, they want to use this education system of their colonial masters to rate the recipient of their social grant. They say if you've got a degree, you will receive, and you're not working, you will receive 3,500 if you've got a degree, forgetting that black South Africans who does not have degrees, it's not because they did not want to have degrees, or it's not because they are not intelligent enough to get degrees. It's because the system uh, has closed black people out. It's only few who are allowed into the system too. So the very few who are allowed into the system, the EFF is using that to rate their own people, the the system. I mean, there's no reason why Zwanele Manyo was parachuted to parliament. There's no logical explanation for that. You can't say there were no people in the EFF to go to parliament besides Zwanele Manyi. Or I'm not saying these people are not going to perform well in parliament. I'm just trying to show the fact that how the CIC uh, value people. He values people according to Western standards. And we all know that if you are not favored by the CIC, you will not see the end of you know, the start of the day in the EFF, or the end of day in the EFF. You won't see that if you are on the wrong side of the CIC. Naledi Chirwa is an example of that. There's many other examples. Naledi Chirwa is now on the wrong side of the CIC. Naledi Chirwa will not be in parliament in the next election because the EFF is dictated by the CIC. The CIC dictates what should happen, who should go to parliament, who should be voted to what position. So the white people love the fact that the CIC can command and nobody can challenge him. They love that fact because once they are able to control him, so they won't have trouble controlling the rest of the black people because he's going to be there and making sure that he deals with every black person who tries to maybe challenge his authority. So because of this, I feel the EFF is not a genuine organization for black people. It will not take black people anywhere. I think we all should unite uh, around one organization, which is the MK Party. I'm saying this because not because I want to make the EFF members angry. I'm saying this because I want to advocate that black people in South Africa must be united, because this is a serious war against colonialism and against apartheid. Colonialism and apartheid is still being practiced in South Africa. The suffering of black people in South Africa is not caused by the stupidity of black people. It's caused by the systematic uh, apartheid implemented uh, across the board in all dimensions of life. The system is affecting us in a deeper way. So if black people cannot be able to unite, it will be impossible for us to defeat the white system and the colonial rule. So, but if we unite, we will be able to defeat. We'll be able to defeat them. So I call on the people who are voting for the EFF to realize that the EFF will not take them anywhere, and it will not take South Africa anywhere, unless it's only for their position. They don't care about the rest of the South Africans. EFF does not care about black people. It does not care about the people on the street. I thank you for listening to this opinion.